Hello and welcome to this SAP training video, where we'll look at different status in SAP Material Master data. The following topics will be discussed. What status are there in Material Master data? What do they control? How the different status interact with each other. And at the end, there are some hints and tips. In case you need a training video similar like this, feel free to contact me or see more of my work on my homepage. In SAP Material Master, there is not the one status. There is the purchasing or MRP status and the sales status. The MRP status tells us if a material can be purchased or stock be moved. This includes if a material can be part of a production order or if the material itself can be produced. The sales status manages all sales relevant topics. Can the material be offered? Can it be used in a sales order? Or can it be shipped? From each of these two status, there is a non-plant specific status, called the global status, and a plant or sales organization specific status, the local status. How these different status interact with each other we will see later in detail. In the SAP tables T141 and TVMS, you have the different columns where you can see the possible actions the status controls. Hover over the header to see the complete name or press F1 to get more information about the action. In the rows, you see the different status ID and the descriptions, as well as the setting each status has for each action. In these tables, there is a B for error message, an A for warning messages. If there is no entry, the action is possible. The difference between warning and error is the yellow warning message can be confirmed and the action is still possible. The idea of the warning message is for a user to do a manual check before an action is executed. As example, the purchasing of a material. With status 04, the material can be purchased. With status 05, there will be a warning message in the purchase order that the material has status 05, technical change. The purchaser has to check if the order with the current version makes sense or ensure that the new version is ordered. After confirmation, the material can still be purchased. With status 07, the material can no longer be purchased. How do the different status interact with each other? Between MRP and sales status, there are no direct dependencies. We can look at them separate. But between each local and their global status, there is an interaction. To visualize that, imagine the status as a door. First you have to go through the local door, and behind that is the global door. Only if we pass through both doors, an action can be executed. An open door means the status allows the action to be executed. If the door is ajar, it can be opened by a push. This is the warning message. The action can be executed after an additional confirmation. If the door is closed, it cannot be opened. The action cannot be executed, an error message pops up. If the local door is closed, you cannot go any further. The action is not possible in this plant. If the local door is open, but the global door is closed, the action is not possible for all plants. Only if both doors are open or ajar, the action is possible. This enables a detailed control. If, for example, a material shall not be sold at all, we can block it globally. If a material shall only be blocked in one sales organization, it can be blocked locally, while the global status is still open. The global MRP status is visible in Basic Data 1, the local in MRP Data 1. Their technical field names are MARA, MSTAI, and MRC, MMSTA. The sales status are both in Sales Data 1 view. MARA, MSTAV, and MVKE, VMSTA. To each status there is a date field with the information valid from. Is this empty or in the past, the visible status is valid. or the status will get valid as soon as the future date arrives. This means we cannot have two different status with their validity period easily visible. So to have a material blocked at the moment and release it from a certain future date onwards, we have to work around. For example, with planned changes, transactions CC02 and MM12. If the status field is not marked as mandatory, it can be empty. In this case, all actions are possible. I'd like to highlight that the global MRP status is the predominant one to be used as PLM status, since each material has the basic data views and it's visible at first glance. And the global status overrules all local status if, for example, the material is in a global phase-out. Let's summarize that. There are global and local status, as well as a purchasing and sales status. The purchasing status also controls material movement and production. The status controls if certain actions are possible, warning messages are created, or if the action is blocked. These settings are visible in two SAP tables. A yellow warning message can be confirmed, and the action is still possible, where a red error message will block the action. Thanks for watching. Do you need a video to explain something or to visualize a process? Or someone to work on a training concept for you? Visit my homepage for more examples and information, or contact me via email. So long!